Hello, hello, my lovely friends. It's Lisa from Isla and Alice, and today I thought I would do a quick little video, sort of updating on my organizational ideas that I had going on. Last week I had pulled out a bunch of these binders, and I had been trying to organize my ephemera and some of my journal supplies a little bit better. And so it's just turned into this whole thing. As you know, these things happen when you start organizing. So I thought I would do a little update video because I have something that's really making me very, very happy, and I wanted to share it with you. So the other day I was getting everything cleared off here, and I tend to stand here, right, and work here because I'm watching TV while I'm doing my thing, and I have a bunch of the supplies around. So I have my pens, my fussy cut scissors, then I got my glues here, I got some washi tape. This is full of stickers, and in here, are some of my smaller rubber stamps, and there's rubber stamps in here, and more rubber stamps here. And I've got my paper clips. So pretty much everything that I want to work with, I have very close at hand. But I know that there's supplies, and we talked about this in the last video, that there's supplies that I don't use as much as I would like to, because I don't want to say I forget about them, but they're just not as handy. And I understand as well that you can't you can't have everything right at your fingertips. Although I was thinking the other day, how amazing would it be to have a round table, like sort of like a donut, and then you could just stand in the middle of it and then just work all your way around. I think that would be awesome. I would love that. Anyhow, so as I'm working away the other night, I redid these drawers to be a little bit more in the same idea that things are just very close by, right? So in here I put my punches that I use the most, and my little doodads here for ink, and some of my darker washi tape that I want to use more of. And then in here I've got some stickers for Happy Mail, the two black stamp pads that I use the most. I had totally forgot about these. I have these 3 mini stamp sets. I was like, so I was cleaning in here, and I found them in there, and I was like, oh my god. At one point it was really, really important for me to have these, and then I forgot about them, which is terrible. Anyways, you know, is it a case of me having too many supplies? I don't know. That's a conversation for another day as well. But anyway, so then I got some of my acrylic blocks here. So this has been working out great, because before I just had random paper in here, and it just didn't make sense. Because the point of having this right beside me, of course, is that I just reach and there it is, and my brain lights up because I see the supplies. Everything's great. And then down in here I just have separated some fussy cuts for journaling. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave this like this or how I'm going to work this. But when I show you what I'm doing next, this may all change. And then here, down in here, I've got some hardware for journaling. And then I've got my wax, 4 wax seals here. And then underneath, stencils. So I'm very, very happy with how this has worked out, and so far no problems. But while I was standing here the other day working, I was thinking this surface could be much better utilized than just having the paper cutter here. And I find that I tend to just pile junk on top of it, and things get knocked over, and somebody, not mentioning any names, Lucy. Often the cats like to jump up on here, and then if stuff's piled all willy-nilly, then everything goes flying. I tend to put papers in here that I want to recycle, things that are going to go out in the blue box. And so many times the cats have knocked this over. So I got to thinking, I think I could do something better with this surface. And there's a few things that I would still like to have beside me as I'm working away, right? And because, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm sure there are many things that I should be doing and not obsessing over one little surface, but I have to admit, I love it. I love it. I love it. So I purchased something the other day that arrived this morning that I'm going to share with you. We're going to do a little unboxing, and I think you guys are really going to like it, and I think it will be really helpful for a lot of you as well. So here we have it. I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to do an unboxing. And then I'll put the box on the ground, and maybe Lucy will like to get in it. So, okay, I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, here we are. Now, let's see. Let's see. So, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here, okay? This makes me very happy. This probably makes me happier than it should, but that's okay. So what we have, hopefully I can zoom in on this. Stackable 3-tier basket drawer white. It's going to be so great. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna stop the camera while I put this together, and yeah. So stay tuned. Okay, here we are. It's all together. Ta-da! It looks great. I'm super happy with it. It was super easy to put together. The drawers are actually really quite sturdy. Yeah, I have no real complaint except that I must have misread the dimension of the basket. So I was hoping to put paper in the bottom, and I can, obviously, but it's not going to lie flat. So that is the only bummer part of this whole thing. But otherwise, I'm super happy with it. It's quite sturdy. It's going to be really great. So I'm going to put it over on the drawers there, and I'll put some stuff in it, and we'll see how it looks. So I'll be right back. I have to say, I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks great. I think it fits in with the whole aesthetic of the room, which, let's be honest, that does have some importance. I don't want to hate it every time I look at it, right? But, so, I have to be honest, I've played around with what's going to go in these, and I think what I need to do is just get out a bunch of journaling supplies, get out my papers, and just play with it and see what flows. So for a while I had thought, oh, maybe I would put the cutter, underneath. It fits underneath there nicely. And then this would give me a spot for, I could maybe put another one of these baskets up here or something like that, right? We'll see what happens as far as this here, because I know one of the cats is going to be like, oh, look, there's another shelf for us to get on. And so this is subject to interpretation as far as the cats go. I'll have to see what they we'll just have to wait and see what happens, because I could just keep my paper cutter up here and that's super handy. So I found that these little plastic bins that I got at the dollar store, those fit in there really well. And so I just put my punch and my fancy scissors there with some two-way tape. I was hoping to have this whole thing set up for you, and then it would be like, oh, look, I've got it all figured out. But honestly, I don't have it figured out at all. I'm gonna have to play with this for a little bit. And I did put it fits the Tim Holtz stamp pads quite nicely, and then there's a little bit of space on the side for these ones. So I like this. This will be great. I really like this idea that this is here sort of spur of the moment as I'm figuring out what I'm doing. As of now, I have the other stamps down here, which is not bad, but it's that whole out of sight, out of mind thing. And what I find, I'm finding that what I like to do is I like to swap things out seasonally. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being like, okay, well, I'm going to have my sort of winter colors, and then come the spring, of course, then brighter colors will come in here. So again, that's something I'm going to play with. And then down here, I just wanted to see what would fit in. I like the idea of having bins here for bits and pieces that I've cut out during the day or things that I've printed off. And I tend to like to just being able to toss things into a box. And then when I'm going to go and start putting stuff and gluing stuff in my journal, everything that I've picked up, printed out, wanted to keep for the past week or so is already in one spot. So I think I'm gonna dedicate this bottom drawer to bits and pieces of things that I've picked up that I actually want to glue into my journal. So we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Anyhow, so there you have it. Oh, and my cutting or my ripping ruler, which you cannot be far away from, it does fit in this drawer, I have to say. It fits very nicely. These drawers are long enough. I just find it a little bit of a pain in the butt to get it in and out of there. So, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just going to have to play with this. But I have to admit, I find the process of working these things out just as enjoyable as any other part of the organization process. So, there you have it. It's a little bit bigger than I envisioned, but I'm very pleasantly surprised. And I specifically picked this one because it's metal and not plastic. Just because I think it'll take the wear and tear a little bit more, or at least it should, than plastic. But we'll see. Anyhow, I will leave the link. I'm in Canada, so this was, I think with tax, it was $55, I believe. So I'll leave the link to Amazon in the description box below. It came in various colors. There was a black one, a pink one, and a gray one when I ordered them. So yeah. So that's it. So thanks everybody for watching. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up because it helps both me and you. And I really appreciate all your support, your lovely, oh, there's my dryer done. All of your support, your kind words, and I really, it means a lot that you guys come and hang out with me for a little bit. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Until then, happy journaling. Take care, everybody. Bye.